Putting our grates on because our coals are white and we're ready to grill with the girls. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carlena Davis of Spilling the Sweet Tea. And baby, this is episode 4 of Pulling Up to the Cookout, Bring This. And baby, this episode is all about grilling for the girls. Let me show you what I made. The first thing I made were the smoked sausage burnt ends. Baby, these are so good and a great little appetizer before you get your cookout started. The next thing I made was a Mexican corn pasta salad. She's been chilling in the refrigerator. And last but certainly not least, a seafood boiled skewer. Seafood boiled skewers. These are so easy to make and so good. All right, let me show you everything you're gonna need for these smoked sausage burnt ends. This is an easy recipe that you can pull up to the cookout and bring and impress time after time. The star of this recipe is some beef smoked sausage, okay? So get you a couple packs of smoked sausage, however many you need. I'm just using 2 today. You're gonna need some Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce, some honey, some butter, and you're gonna bind your smoked sausage with a little bit of mayonnaise, some mustard. You're gonna need some brown sugar to make it nice and sweet, and then any dry barbecue rub you want. Today I'm using Uncle Dib's Carolina Bussin' Barbecue Rub. Babe, when I tell you this recipe is easy peasy, all you wanna do is just remove your sausages from the packaging, open her up.
Just like this. Oops, I can get it. There we go.
Opening up your sausages, just like this. And I'm just going to put them in my pan because you're gonna bake these first, okay? So you wanna put them in any baking dish, and we're going to add our mayonnaise and mustard and then our barbecue rub. I got this recipe last year from Meals by Deja. She used mayonnaise and mustard as her binder. You can use just mustard if you want, but I'm gonna use them both because I'm gonna follow her recipe. I made it last summer and it was so good. So all you wanna do is just add some mayonnaise to your sausage and you're gonna rub this in, okay? And then add you some mustard. There's no measuring with this recipe. That's enough. Now I have my food safe gloves so I can rub this in and then we'll add the seasoning. All right, I got my gloves on. All you wanna do is just rub your binder in. This is just gonna allow the seasoning to stick to the sausage because we're gonna bake this sausage for about 30 minutes on 350 degrees. Okay, I got my Carolina Bussin' Barbecue Rub from Uncle Dib's. We love Uncle Dib's. I'm just gonna add it to my sausage. Just season her just like this. All right, we got our sausage seasoned up. Now we're just gonna cover this. Get our foil, right? This foil cheap as hell, hold on. So all you wanna do is just cover it with foil. And you wanna pop it in the oven on 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. All right, our smoked sausages have baked. You just want to add them to a large cutting board. And we're just going to cut these into sections and put them in our cast iron skillet. Okay? So we have our smoked sausages in our cast iron skillet. The skillet is going to go right on the grill, okay? But you want to add some brown sugar to your smoked sausages because these smoked sausages are going to be like kind of caramelized. This is called smoked sausage burnt ends. So you'll see, like, once it starts to caramelize with the brown sugar, the honey, and the barbecue sauce, baby, this is about to be everything. All right, we got our brown sugar in. Now you just want to add your barbecue sauce, and you're just eyeballing this. That's about enough. And now you just want to drizzle on some honey because the honey is going to help caramelize these burnt ends. Just a drizzle, just like that. And the last thing you're gonna need is a couple pats of butter, about 5 or 6. So this is a great item that you can pull up to the cookout and bring. Just make sure you get your cast iron skillet back, okay? All right, y'all, the second recipe is gonna be these easy seafood boiled skewers. So think seafood boiled in a bag, but baby, on the grill in skewer form. Let me show you how to do it. So these are all the ingredients you're gonna need. It's very easy to put together and it's cost effective because baby, in this economy, we can't be spending money on steaks and stuff to put on this grill. So you're gonna need some corn. You wanna cut this up into nice little segments, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. You're gonna need some smoked sausage, these little baby potatoes, some shrimp, of course. You're gonna need some skewers. I've already soaked mine in water for about 30 minutes. And then you're just gonna make your seafood boil sauce. Garlic is gonna be the main ingredient, some Old Bay, and butter. All right, so just like you would do any seafood boil, you wanna boil your corn. So I'm just gonna cut up my corn in like kind of small segments, about that big. Don't drop it on the floor like me. Now that you got your corns cut up in these nice little pieces, you just wanna add them to a pot and you're gonna boil the corn because you want the core to be kind of soft so you're able to skewer each little corn segment. And then you just want the corn to get nice and brown on the grill, but you want it to already be done. All right, you wanna make sure you boil your potatoes too. These are the little potatoes I got. Just add them to a pot, cover them with water, and boil them like you're doing the corn. The last thing you wanna prep is your smoked sausage. So all you wanna do is cut your smoked sausage in a piece just like that, maybe a little smaller. That's good. So you're gonna add your smoked sausage, your potatoes, and your carrots and shrimp to your skewer. And then we're gonna make like a little seafood boil sauce. So while it's on the grill, you can baste your skewers. All right, y'all, our butter is melted. So we're gonna make our seafood boil garlic sauce, okay? You're gonna need some garlic. You can chop yours up if you want fresh. I just have some jarred garlic, minced garlic. I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons. Measure with your heart. And I'm gonna add in some Old Bay for some kick, cayenne pepper. I'm gonna need some paprika and then the juice of 1 lemon. All right, we have everything ready. We just wanna put together our skewers. Our corn is boiled, our potatoes are boiled. I have seasoned my shrimp with just salt, garlic powder, and a little white pepper. And our sausage is cut up. So all we have to do is assemble. That's it. So here are some of the things that I have in my house for grilling. These crocodile grilling cloths, a must have. If you're making like vegetables or salmon, anything you don't want to burn too fast, baby, get you some barbecue grill mats, okay? Gotta have those. To clean your grill, make sure you have one of these. This is gonna get all the gunk off the last time you used your grill. You got to have one of these grill cleaners. Of course, we can't have our hands being burned by this grill, so make sure you have some grill safe mitts. So when we grill, we do not use lighter fluid. We have this chimney starter. So we add our charcoals into the chimney starter, and then we add these lighter cubes underneath the chimney. So the charcoals get nice and gray in this chimney, and then we add it to the grill. All right, we got our lighter cube. You just wanna put it down just like this. Now all you wanna do is light your lighter cube just like this. Make sure she's lit and fiery. And then just add your chimney starter. Your coals will get nice and gray, so just let it go. And once your coals are nice and gray, just pour it out and you're ready to grill. So our coals are white. They may have gotten a little too white, but it's okay. We're gonna just add them to the bottom of our grill, just like that. All right, our smoked sausage burnt ends are gonna go right over our coals. And it's gonna get nice and caramelized, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna stir it every so often so it doesn't burn. Just like this. Move this over. These look so good. Baby, we're trying to make grilling for the girls not only easy, but affordable. The smoked sausage is not gonna cost you a lot of money, nor will the shrimp, corn, and potatoes. This is a very easy thing that you can grill up this summer, or you can even bring to the cookout. You can pull up with it already prepared and have somebody else put it on the grill. But I've shown you guys how to put it on the grill yourself. If you want to have a little girls' day and grill for the girls. You don't want it to look too burnt. All right, let's do our final check on these smoked sausage burnt ends. Ooh, they looking good. They are looking good. This is what you're looking for. That caramelization on the bottom, that is what you're looking for. Baby, these are done. These are where they need to be. Got our grill safe gloves on, okay? Because this is hot. So we're gonna pull this off, put it on the table. We're ready to rub. Let's go, grilling for the girls. Get into this smoked sausage burnt in. The color on this looks so good. And you can just serve them on little toothpicks. I got my little toothpicks right here. Give me a few for an appetizer before I start enjoying my skewers and my Mexican corn pasta salad. Baby, that's a wrap for this episode of Grilling for the Girls. I'll see you next time.